We're going to Ward Brook Lean-To, 4.8 miles. And from there, we'll split off and do Seymour. As you can see, it's very wet and muddy. It is glorious to be back in New York. I loved my time in Texas, but you can't beat this. It's so beautiful. Some people do Seymour and Seward together, which, that's just a long day. Coming out of Texas, where it was 90 degrees when I left, super humid. I was doing a lot of hiking and a lot of working out, but no climbing, at least not like that. So we're gonna play it safe. And for sure, like I said, we're gonna get one, and then we're gonna see how I feel. If I feel great, we'll spend the night out here, and we'll get the other one tomorrow. I don't trust myself to do 2 in one day yet. Give me a couple weeks, and we'll get there. I think this used to be like an old Forest Service road. I don't know. It's for sure a horse trail. Pretty well graded, and it's not completely flat, but it'll be nice and cruisy-ish. The 2 M's of Adirondack hiking: mud and mosquitoes. The two go together, at least this time of year. Later in the summer, it's not so bad, but you can see my face right there. Mosquito got me real good. Can't really see that, but it says no horses beyond this point. They have to go the other way. I have not seen any black flies yet. I heard they're really bad right now, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm out here on a Monday, so it's not a weekend. So the Blueberry Horse Trail parking lot was full, but it wasn't overflowing. Still room for plenty of cars. But on the weekends, you gotta get here super early. Otherwise, you gotta park a little farther down. I wasn't worried about that today because it's a weekday and school is still in session here in New York. Parking is probably your biggest logistical challenge for any of the high peaks because parking lots are limited and or require reservations, or some of them require a fee. So you gotta plan. You can't just show up and expect to hike unless, like today, it's a Monday, so less likely to be full. Coming up on the junction, I think this is the Calkins Brook split off. So if you wanted to do Donaldson and Emmons, it would be better. You would want to go that way. If you want to do Seward and Seymour, you want to go this way. You can get to Donaldson and Emmons this way, but you got to go up and over Seward. So that could end up being a longer day than you want, potentially. I'm going to talk about the high peaks, because I have talked about them a little bit in my other videos, my Texas videos, but y'all may not have seen that because you may not care about my Texas videos, and you may be just interested in the Adirondack videos. Adirondack 46 peaks over 4,000 feet. Fun fact, they're not all over 4,000 feet. Some are just below. I don't know how they got mixed up like that, but that's okay. There's 46 of them. You all 46, you get a patch and bragging rights. 2 years ago, I decided I wanted to go for it. And I hesitated because I was really nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. Didn't know that much about it. I was already a really good hiker, but never like that. And I was intimidated because I heard all these stories about how they were long and hard. And then I ended up kind of accidentally doing 2. And it was so fun. I was like, I'm hooked. So I got my friend to come with me and to fully start checking them off. In 2 years, I did 18. I don't remember how I split that up exactly, the 2 summers, I don't know, but considering how challenging they are, I feel like I did pretty good. I was really ambitious to get as many as I could because I thought I was moving out of New York permanently, or at least for more of a long period of time than I did. I was only gone 10 months. I thought it was going to be longer than that, like 2 years or more. So now that I'm back, I'm going to try to get another 10 done this summer so that I have 16 left to go. Very cool. Water, water, water. And lots of mosquitoes. I can't stop for very long, but beautiful. Also want to mention why I have not videoed any of these high peak hikes till now, mostly because I was kind of overwhelmed and intimidated by it. While I didn't find them super hard, they are just really challenging. Like some of these climbs are like hands and knees, all fours up and down rock slabs. So I just felt like videoing was gonna be a distraction and potentially a safety issue. And you know, you see these videos of hikers, you know, where they put the camera down and they video themselves hiking down the trail and up and down things. And I'm like, that means I got to do this more than once to go retrieve my phone or to set it up properly. No, I don't have energy for that. I've had enough people ask me to do it, so here you go. Texas, I complained about the heat and the sun. Here I'm just gonna complain about the mosquitoes. They are so bad. And Texas has mosquitoes, but there they don't actively try to kill you. I think there used to be a bridge here. Not anymore. It looks like I gotta get wet. Nice shelter, nice fire pit. Very cool. So that's the blueberry lean-to. That's not the one I want. I need the next one. Definitely on the truck trail, because here's like an actual bridge. And right after that bridge is a cairn right here. I almost missed it. I believe that's the Seymour Mountain Trail. This is the Ward Brook shelter. I gotta have my snack while constantly moving, because if I stop, mosquitoes, like, they don't even care about the bug spray. I cover myself in bug spray. They don't even give a crap about that. They're just biting anyways. So. Belvita cookies to give myself some quick energy. I'm gonna chug the rest of my electrolytes. And I'm gonna get out of here and start climbing. I'll leave my pack probably behind the shelter and my day pack. The cairn branch off whatever for Seymour. So we're gonna do this. Starting to climb, but it's not bad at all yet. It's real gradual. But we're definitely climbing now. This is why I can't have nice colored shoes. Those shoes were purple. They are now black. And they will stay black because this mud does not wash out. See how dense this climbing is. Yeah, it never looks as steep as it actually is. Somebody needs to fix that on these cameras so that it does it justice. That's the trail. It's just a maze of tangled up roots and water. And of course the roots are all slippery because of the water. Trees are blocking that. But look at that, that's so cool. That's the trail. That's what I'm talking about when I say challenging. It's very pretty, but this is very hard. I'm so sweaty. I'm at 7.2 for the day. I don't know how much farther I have. It's not very far, but it's this. Again, video's not gonna do it justice, but I just scrambled up that. Oh my. But look at this view. Incredible. This is the part of the climb where it's probably a good thing I'm not videoing it, because I would have to edit out all the swearing. Because holy moly, I got off trail somehow, but there was like a herd path and footprints, so other people have been off trail there too. And I don't know if it was any less steep than the main trail. It didn't matter. Like the main trail, when I finally rejoined it, looking back down, looked just as terrible. Using trees and tree roots to hoist myself up. Like, now I'm starting to understand why people do Seymour as a standalone. Some of it's just I'm out of shape for this kind of hiking. Like, there ain't nothing like this. We're in Texas, at least where I was at. San Antonio has hills, but hills, only hills. I think the most I climbed was like 800 feet. It probably looks steep on the camera too. I gotta climb up and over that. You can't even see over the top of it. It's probably like 3 feet tall right there. I gotta hoist myself up. These hikes are a full body workout, no joke. I made it. But yeah, that's why I do CrossFit. It has leveled off. I think the worst is over. So that's my favorite part of the climb, because you get to a point where you don't see anything else very high above you. So you know you're almost to the top. This is not the summit, but I don't even care. That's beautiful. But wait, there's more. I did it. Seymour Mountain. Oh my goodness, that was so painful. That was rough. Let's see what's out here. Ooh, got the views. Not great views, but you can see enough. Perfect weather. It's warm, but not cold and not hot, and there could be a breeze. That would be kind of nice. I'm gonna go back down over here. I think there's a place that has a better view. A little ways back from the summit where the sign is. When you're coming up, if you go to the right, when you're coming down, if you go to the left, there's a little side trail here. And I have a suspicion that brings you out to a beautiful view. Holy cow. So you can see Seward, Donaldson, Emmons. So this view is phenomenal up here. But you know what's not phenomenal? The swarm of black flies. I will not be staying here very long. I don't know if you can even see them on the camera, but they're like swarming. It is so bad. I'm gonna go back down, and I probably will not video very much because the downhill is always the more dangerous part of these hikes. I don't know if that's actually scientifically proven, but I know for myself personally that's true because I'm tired. And it's a lot easier to fall down than it is to fall up. Black flies are out with a vengeance. It was not just on top. You gotta practice your balance through here. This is the shoe eating mud. Oh my gosh, and I'm on my phone. I love you guys enough to show you my balancing act. Oh my gosh, I'm going in here. One of the things that always blows my mind on these climbs is that when I go back down, it is a lot easier, but it's a lot harder because you have to think a lot more because you don't want to misstep because, yeah, gravity is not your friend in this case. When I look at when I'm going down, I always think, wow, I really came up that? Like, that's really steep. Like, that's a lot of work. I'm always so proud of myself. I'm like, wow, I did that. And right there, a really good example. I'm looking at that like, how did I climb that? Yay me. Confidence builder. It might be safe to video again. I have to navigate as much stuff. I wish I could have captured how crazy that was. When you get down to where it's not so steep, and it just feels so easy. Even though I'm still going down. Like, I'm still definitely going down. But, like, everything in my body's like, ah. Not to have the brakes on so hard. It happened. Look at that. I went down to my calves in that mud swamp. Got me good and muddy. Made it back to this. Pack is still here at the shelter, but now there's people in the shelter, so I think I'm gonna move. I'm gonna make this my spot. We're going to go find some water. I got my rain gear on because mosquitoes are crazy. I am smoked. But I'm so happy. Like, this was fantastic, man. So I had a black fly get me really good right here. Mosquitoes are one thing, black flies are something else. Like, they just would not leave me alone. Bug spray didn't work. Like, I forgot my head net in my backpack, so that was my fault, but I'm not even sure that would have helped me because they were just relentless. Even here this evening, I had to eat my dinner in my tent. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I couldn't do anything without getting just swarmed and having them in my eyes and my nose and my mouth. So I broke the rules a little bit, but I was super careful and super clean, and everything is in a bear can now outside where it's supposed to be. I've got mud stains everywhere. This is not Texas. At least Texas, everything got super dusty, but not muddy here. My word. Mud everywhere. But yeah, what a way to break back into this. But I can check one more off. So Seymour Mountain is complete. I'm 19 out of 46. I did a lot of hiking in Texas, but nothing with climbing. Forgotten how much of an entire body workout some of these Adirondack trails are. My arms and my back, they're all going to be sore because I had to pull myself up in so many places. And it's fun. Like, it's like an obstacle course. You got to mentally think about every step you take. So it's really tiring. And I also take Benadryl here in a minute to get that to stop swelling so much because that's actually pretty bad. Good night. Good morning. It's 4:45, but all the birds are out. I'm all packed up and I have to kind of bushwhack out of here a little bit because I don't want to walk by the shelter because these guys are still sleeping. One of the things I hate the most out of anything that you could experience while backpacking is putting on cold, wet socks and shoes in the morning. But to make it even worse this morning, they're covered in mud. I did clean off my hands pretty well, but it was very messy getting my socks and shoes on, and it's not that cold, so my feet are fine, but I will say this. I accidentally packed an extra shirt. So this morning I didn't have to put on a wet shirt. Split off for Seward. Not video very much at all. I have not stopped because of mosquitoes. As you see, I have my bug net out. They've been, good I see. Trailer dessert in the parking lot. I made it back to the car. My watch said it was 5.5 miles from the Ward Brook Lean-To. That doesn't match what the sign says. The sign says 4.8. 10 out of 10. I do recommend this one. Everything online I had read about Seymour, 100% true. Yeah, lots of climbing, scrambling, slip sliding, very muddy, very wet. But the view, not the view at the very top where the sign is, but the view just short of that, spectacular. So any peak out here like that has a dramatic view, I'm up for that. So obviously you have to work to get there. If you were to do this in one day, it would be 15 miles easily. So I'm glad I camped out there. That was a really good way to break that up. Bummed I didn't do Seward. It's the second time I've had to orphan Seward. Poor Seward. What is unfortunate is I'm going to have to come out here again and do that stretch I just did. I got one more of my 46 peaks. So we're 19 out of 46. So I'm happy about that. That's not bad. And I will talk to you later.